guys, this is Forex with Temilo and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be talking about a trade I took on GBP USD in the foreign exchange market on Thursday/Friday. It was a B setup for me as opposed to an A setup. And usually we have A setups and we have B setups. For my A setups, the three trading criteria that I have must be met, whereas for the B setup, probably one out of it might not be met and I might still take the trade, which was something that happened on this particular trade. So if you are new to my channel, you might not know these three criteria, but I will quickly mention them. First one being that we must be trading from a strong supply or a strong demand zone. The second one being that if I'm taking a sell trade, the Asian range I need to be taken out before I get into my trade. And if I'm taking a buy trade, the sell side Asian range needs to be taken out. And lastly, there must be a break of structure. So with these three, I classify them as an A setup, whereas if probably we are not trading from a strong supply zone and the other two criteria are met, then I can classify that as a B setup. Let's dive right into it. For my analysis, I always like to start analyzing from around 4 hours time frame. This is what we have. Let me have a replay right there. From the previous sell that we have right here, price tapped beautifully into the supply and pushed all the way down into the zone, and after that price moved back up, and since then I have been eyeing this particular zone to take a sell again, a continuation sell, because my overall bias for GBP USD for this last week was for sell. Okay, so now this particular zone we have to take the full zone, but of course I can't trade totally from this zone, so we need to move down to a lower time frame. So on the lower time frame, kind of refined this zone up to this level. So this is this zone where we are looking for a sell trade. And for take profits, I always like to check 4 hours or 1 hour in order to see a bigger picture for what I'm trading. So I'm looking to take sells from this particular zone down to this zone for my intraday trade. Moving down to about the 30 minutes time frame on Thursday, coming to the chart, this was the London session, and as you can see from the 1 hour time frame, this particular zone was supposed to be the zone where the sell trade is supposed to happen from, because all these other zones has been mitigated. Okay, this particular supply zone mitigated. The only zone that we have left is this supply zone and little imbalance right here. Also, we can see we have a little liquidity above here and right there, and another liquidity of the Asian range high right there as well. So coming to the chart now, and we can see that during the Asian session, if you are here to watch my Asian session video, please do that. These boxes that you see right here, they represent the Asian session. That is the movement that happened during the Asian session. I use this, it's very important to me. So you can see that the Asian session moved past this particular supply zone. So now this automatically makes it a B setup for me, because now my strong supply zone that I'm supposed to be trading from has now been broken. So you can see that we are not left with another strong supply zone. So this makes it a B setup for me. So but my bias was still for sell into this 4 hour imbalance. I started looking patiently to look for an entry. So moving down to the 5 minutes time frame now, all I needed to do was wait for my second criteria, which is for the Asian range high to be taken out. Since this supply has been broken, I took it off I was wondering where price might be heading to next in this area to use as a sell zone. So I started searching and searching, but I couldn't see one, so I just waited for the Asian range high to be grabbed and look for a break of structure. So now we've broken past the Asian range high here, and this was the low that was responsible for that push to the upside. For us to sell, I'm waiting for this low to be taken out, then I can look for a sell entry. We have that break of structure. With that, I took a sell trade. Market executed a sell when price was pushing down. That was how I got into my sell trade. And normally stop loss should be at this last high in this regard, but then the way price was moving on this particular day, I decided I was not going to have my stop loss there, so I went to the 1 hour time frame right there, and I decided to use the body close right there. If this particular trade was going to sell, then price is not supposed to go above this particular zone. So I had my stop loss right there, though a bit wide. So one thing I've been doing lately in my trade as opposed to before is I usually have stop loss about 20 pips, 15 pips. So I'm giving more room for more pips now for my trades. So I have it right there, and I started monitoring this trade, though it wasn't a good trade like that, because the risk to reward was almost like not even up to 1 to 2. You can see about 1.5 thereabouts, but I just wanted to take this sell because of this imbalance, because I knew price was going to fill up this imbalance that we have on the 4 hours time frame. So let's move back to the lower time frame now. So as you can see, price kept moving. At this point, I was really happy that price is going to continue pushing down, but as you can see, price went up here. If I've had my stop loss at this high, I would have been taken out of this particular trade. So I got tired at some point, and I was like, see, whatever happens happens. So I was like, this is why sometimes A setups are usually the best. So but one thing I did was I started looking at time frames. Previously, there's one of my students that said to me that I am the only trader he has seen that always go from time frame to time frame looking for a clean supply or demand zone, because now the zone that is supposed to hold right here on the 1 hour, the zone that is supposed to hold at this particular level right here has been broken. So there must be something above at this level that price is getting into. So I started checking time frame to time frame, 11 hours, 12 hours. I couldn't see anything until I stumbled on the 20 hours time frame. And on the 20 hours time frame, I could see a clear supply zone right here. So you can see we have a clean supply zone on the 20-hour time frame. Let me take this off. So you can see right there a clean supply zone that we couldn't see on the lower time frames. So now what price did was come and mitigate the 50% of this supply zone. Can you see that right there? Price came up to mitigate this 50%. So at this point, when I saw this, I didn't bother again about this trade. I knew we are going to sell, so I just decided to leave the trade open and allow the trade run. Right there, price was just distributing around this point till I went to sleep, and you can see this is the Asian session for another day. So for a whole day of trading on Thursday, this was the price action we had for a full day of London session and New York session, which was really terrible, as you can see right there. So but I had my trade overnight, and on the next day I came to the chart, and you can now see that we've now broken even more structure to the downside, telling us that we are going down. So during the London session, I was expecting price to probably push all the way up here, take out the Asian range high, and go right down. Okay, so if I didn't enter my trade from Thursday, and probably I'm just looking for a trade on Friday, I would have missed out on this sell, because then I'll wait for my criteria to be met, Asian range high taken, before I take a sell trade. But as you can see, it wasn't taken. That's why sometimes I will have a big setup, because not all of my 3 criteria will be met. Price didn't take out this Asian range high, and we just continued selling till profit was hit right there. So now this is why you have to have a strategic entry and exit point. Your exit point is as important as your entry point. So on the 4 hours time frame, you can see that my take profit point was at another level of demand, at a demand zone that had imbalance. So you want to target areas like this to exit or enter into your trade. And we had a big reversal. If I hadn't have a eyes on this particular zone, all the profit that I had made would have been gone, because price went back almost instantly up again. So now for next week, my eyes are still on sell. We've now taken out the Asian range high, and we are now trading again in this supply level. So for next week on Monday, my bias is still for sell, but we never can tell, as the market can choose to do whatever it is it wants to do. But if you look closely at the 1 hour time frame, we can see that market has been giving us a sell. We've been in a sell trend, having reversals, coming down, going back. We are in a somewhat sell trend, but the trend can break at any point in time, because yet again, if you look at this particular zone, you can see price has been clustering at this particular zone, at any time it can break above this level as well. Okay, so you need to find your confirmations before you get into a trade. So for next week, I'll still be looking out for sell setup, but first I need to see a new Asian session print. After the new Asian session has been printed, coming to the London session on Monday, I'll look for break of structure. If I don't get a break of structure and a Asian range I taken out, I may not get into another sell, because this particular zone might be broken. So I'll wait patiently and have my confirmation before taking sales. Okay, we can see that we have this supply zone right there, so with imbalance. And if you go back to the 1 hour time frame, yet again we've created another level of imbalance that price might still ride back into, and that is about, let me see, from this particular level to this level, about 50 pips thereabouts, which one can capitalize on. So that is it for the sell trade that I took on Friday on Thursday Friday. I got about 48 or 50 pips thereabout from this particular sell trade. So guys, till next time, I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section. I'll reply back to them. Bye for now.